Area is the number of square units that can fit within a two-dimensional or flat space. To find the area of a two-dimensional square or rectangular surface, one must first measure the length of each side. Once we have these measurements, we can use the formula A equals L times W to calculate the area of the surface. In the case of this table, the length is 5 feet and the width is 2 feet, so the area is 10 square feet. Thinking of area as a square measure, we can visualize this by drawing 1-foot squares onto our table. We can see that 10 squares fit onto the surface of the table. This is where the expression square feet comes from. The table has a surface area of 10 square feet. When calculating area, the final answer must include the correct units. A common unit of area is square feet, which is typically written like this. The 2 is displayed as an exponent, which in math language means that the number has been squared. The term squared means that the number has been multiplied by itself. For example, 4 squared means 4 times 4, which equals 16. Square inches, square miles, and square meters are other common units of area measurement.
All right, it is important to correctly account for units when doing a calculation. A common mistake can be made even on a simple problem when two different units are given. So let's do this example where we're asked to calculate the area of this rectangular shape. It's given a 6-foot length and a 24-inch width. We're to multiply this using our equation. The area equals 6 feet times 24 inches. Multiply those together on a calculator, we'll find out that the answer of 6 times 24 is 144. And since we have feet and inches multiplied, our units will be in feet, inches, which is not a conventional unit. So we got to have a little discussion about cross-canceling and doing unit conversions. There's a principle in math that you can multiply anything by 1 and it doesn't change the answer, right? If you multiply 144 times 1, the answer is still going to be 144. So what we're going to do here is take our 144 feet inches and we're going to multiply that. Let's say we want our final answer to be in square feet. I'm going to say every 1 foot, that's how many inches? 12 inches. Now this is where the cross-canceling comes in. Now our whatever's on the top will cancel with the bottom. We end up with our final units of being 144 divided by 12 feet squared. That's our feet times our feet, which equals 12 feet squared. Another way we could have approached this is to simply convert this to feet from the front end. We know 24 inches equals 2 feet. 2 feet times 6 feet is 12 square feet.
Calculating the area of a circle is the same concept, but the math is a bit more challenging because circles do not have straight lines. Before learning how to calculate the area of a circle, we must define a few terms. The diameter of the circle is the linear distance between any 2 points on a circle that passes through the center of the circle. The radius of the circle is exactly 1/2 of the diameter. The circumference of the circle is the length of the boundary of the circle. Put another way, if you were to cut the circle and lay it out flat, the circumference would be the length of that line. Another important term to be familiar when working with circles is pi. Pi is a number that is equal to the ratio of the circumference of any circle to its diameter. Most calculators have a special key for pi, but its numeric value can be approximated as 3.14.
So pi is an important number, yet I found many people get intimidated. I think because it's a Greek letter on the calculator, they get intimidated. It's a decimal, it's an infinite number, but what people need to understand is pi is just a number. So just like your calculator has a 9 and it has a 2, it has a pi, it's just a number. Pi is a number, it's a special number, but just a number, so nothing to be afraid of.
Now that we've defined our terms, calculating the area of a circle is not too hard. The formula is A equals pi times r squared, or can be approximated as 3.14 times r squared.
Square something means to multiply it by itself. So final approximation, or not approximation, but the final way to look at this would be 3.14 times the radius times the radius. All right? So let's say we have a circle that has a radius of 3 feet. To calculate the area, we can see area equals 3.14 times 3 times 3, and that equals 28.3 square feet. That is how you calculate the area of a circle.